Campaign 2013 Independence City Elections. This elections forum is a partnership of Office 112, the Independence Area Chamber of Commerce, the Buchanan County Economic Development Office, and media sponsor, the Bulletin Journal.
Good evening. Can you hear me? Welcome to the official candidate forum for the Independence City Council elections of 2013.
We're going to move on now to at-large candidates, Richard Engen and John Holland. Mr. Engen, you get to go first with your introductory comments.
Okay. My introductory comment first is my actions this evening. I argued with myself all afternoon. I have a bad situation with my back and my legs. And it got worse. I was in rehabilitation for over a month. And I told myself this afternoon, you shouldn't go. You're just going to be a nuisance. And then I thought, I owe it to people, you know, that I told them I would be here, and a lot of people have helped me get ready for it. One fellow went out and signed up my names for me, and they just wouldn't give me any rest on, I wanted to quit. And every time I said that, it just didn't come out right. I'm not a quitter. But anyway, that's part of the action tonight. I just, I've never had such good treatment from anybody. I came here in 1959 from UNI. I was a student teacher, and they hired me back. And I was here, except for 1 year. Stop. I was on my way to Ames. I shouldn't have put that other stuff in. I'm done.
You can continue in your closing remarks.
Yeah.
Mr. Holland.
That's a good idea. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Just checking. Hi, I'm John Holland. I'm seeking re-election for City Council at large. I'm also a very serious volunteer. I've been involved in many activities, all with the intended purpose of bettering our city, such as the backpack program, First Presbyterian Church member, Chancel Choir member, Absolutely Indy, Indigo Healthy, New Resident Incentive Program, Independence Rubikyu, Independence High School Alumni Association, and Class of 65. Buchanan County Four Seasons Trail Association, Friend of the Chamber, 2007 RAGBRAI Overnight Town, 2009 Fly Iowa, and our annual Independence Day celebration. I'm intensely aware of my town and improving our quality of life. My belief in this city is strengthened and sustained through volunteerism. As your representative, I've worked on phase 1 of First Street Curb and Sidewalk project, a project not yet finished. Was involved in the selection of our airport engineering firm, was involved in the selection of our current fixed-based operator and airport manager, and working with 5 citizens on dramatic changes in pedestrian awareness and bicycle safety. And there's yet more to be done.
Thank you, John. John, you get the first question here. 85% of business growth we'll see in our community, and mostly in any community, will come from our existing businesses. In your opinion, what are the city's challenges for retaining and attracting business in Independence?
Well, part of it has to do, or a lot of it has to do with the workforce that we currently are short of. I went to an interesting seminar a couple of weeks ago in Dubuque regarding training and getting our youth or folks trained, or manpower trained, et cetera, to be, and then present them to businesses as opposed to going out there and seeking the business and then trying to offer up the working people.
Thank you, John. Mr. Engen, what challenges do you see the independent city government facing in the next year, and how should the city council address those challenges?
Well, you know, it depends on how long you've been on the council. I've been on 12 years. And the obstacles to me are the things that we're not getting done, or not deciding on. One being the school, you know, what to do with it. The Aqua Center, I call it. Those types of things to me are problems, not in and of themselves, but what are we doing with it? And what are we doing to get it better? And there's some personnel things that I don't want to get into, but and not by name, but some things we need to do to deliver the goods better to the people that vote. And I don't think we do that well enough yet, and it's nobody's fault but our own. So 15 seconds, I could do a world of good with that. Thank you.
Mr. Holland, what are your views on the importance of visibility in the community as a council person?
Extremely important. One should be out and about all over town as much as possible and involved in as much as possible, primarily because you're establishing relationships and trust when you do that, and people can walk up and ask you just about any question that they feel need to, or lodge a complaint or what have you. But definitely face-to-face, daily, is mandatory for this kind of work.
Thank you. Mr. Engen, 16% of the Independence population is considered young professionals. What ideas do you have that the city can implement to retain this segment of the population in Independence and to attract additional people in this age group to our town?
Yeah, those might be addressed by the same answer. I don't know. I think it's jobs, jobs, jobs. You know, I think that's the big thing that we need to keep people here. We could easily fall into being a bedroom community, you know, where people live here because it's easy to get someplace else. And you can't discourage that, but we've got to give people some incentive, you know, to look around. Our housing program at the city council has helped, trying to get homes, you know, renovated, and they've got to have a place to live to attract them. I think that would be my main. That's fine.
Thank you. Mr.
I'll
Holland.
give you 15 minutes.
Mr. Holland, a minute for a closing comment.
Well, there is much to do, many tasks to complete, to work, and to begin. City roads in need of repair and replacement, revision of our outdated updating those comprehensive plan, updating those community goals and aspirations for community development. Starting with our fiscal year 2015 budget, extra attention to be required because of recent changes in property taxes. Taking Independence to a much higher pedestrian and bicycle safety awareness. Moving forward on the Aquatic Center, and while I'm on this topic, I want to offer high praise to the committee that's working this, a very hardworking group of citizens. Council has taken some wrong turns in the recent years. We've wasted time, hours, working stuff imagined or with little or no thought. We have found our way back to the path each time, reestablishing and continuing our march on the broad-minded, non-judgmental, progressive road. Government moves slow enough. We do not need to waste valuable time. As a retired person, I feel I have been paying myself to be a volunteer, and handsomely, of course, and certainly in my service to you. The 2014 Council needs to begin its work with open minds, apply positive energy to help our city to be the best it can be, one that people look at, visit, and talk about with pride and respect.
At-large candidates, Richard Engen and John Holland. Oh, sorry, Mr. Engen, closing comments. I just cut you off the first time, and yes, you get a little extra time.
You promised me. I'm going to start out by saying something dumb as a candidate. I think John is a hell of a volunteer for the community. 5 of these people I had in school. I'm proud of all of them. But I coached, just to go back to that thing I didn't get done. I've been here since 1959. Except for 1 year, I was called up to Ames, Iowa by George Duval to help him install an offense in basketball. I've coached for a long time, loved it. It would have kept me in this business. I probably should have stayed in this business. I went to work for ISCA for 20 years, and I've bargained so many contracts, been in so many mediations and arbitrations, a couple hundred. And I've got a lot of experience in personnel work. And I think that's where I can make a contribution. Hopefully I'll walk better next time. I apologize to John too for kind of pulling this away, but am I done? Okay. Thank you.
Now, at-large candidates, John Holland and Richard Engen.